Thank you for joining. Thank you for the likes on this live stream. Just the instant you get here. Aren't you great? I brought us to another unique location. Hello, Don. Don says hello from Marco Island in Florida. SW says, what is this exotic location? Well, SW, normally I take you to heaps of manure or farmland or something, so today I thought I need to switch it up a bit. So we're at the garage. Hi Sally. Sally says, afternoon Lisa, where are you? I'm at the garage. Just got some fuel, so I thought, I know, I'll go and park up. I was going to, that's my stomach rumbling, I was going to park over where those people are now, but you see the grey car and they got the door open, they'd be sat in the door listening to me, so I just turned round and I'm further back. Hi Chris. Hi Stephen. Stephen says, I hope you had a good weekend. I did, Stephen. I hope you did too. See, as I always say, I like to keep you all on your toes. You never know when I'm next going live. And that amuses me. I don't know why, but it does. Hello to all 13 of you in this live chat. You're very welcome. Thank you for joining. And thank you for the 6 likes on this live stream. We hadn't even got started. SW says, I have literally sat down. Great timing then, SW. So, do you all like today's location? Hopefully it'll be a never-changing view for you. It perhaps would have been better if I'd parked over there, but we don't want everybody listening to our conversation, do we? I'm going to be well and truly snookered. Let me just put my drink down. Well and truly snookered as somebody parks next to me, aren't I? So, are you all having a good Monday? What's everybody been up to? SW says, went and got logs in anticipation of winter this morning. Unusual location, what more can I say? I know. I thought, well, there's not going to be any boats that I can park beside, and I need a decent signal, and I knew there was here. Hello to the new people joining, and also hello to the people who's watching this on the replay. Heb says, hi everyone. Thanks for joining us, Heb. Ah, the car is gone. That grey car's gone opposite. Do you want to move? Do you want to drive over there? Heb says, I'm recovering from my birthday celebrations at the weekend. Oh, Heb, I hope you had a wonderful birthday. Stephen's had a quiet morning, but he's got to go to work soon. Stephen, you're always going to work. You work so hard. SW says, oh, Heb, well hung over then. Do you want to move over to the other parking space, or are you okay here in the shade? We can probably people watch more discreetly from here. Hi Janet, Janet's just joined. She says, hi Lisa and everyone. Hi Janet, thank you for joining. I like to bring you the obscure locations, Janet. SW says, you're at some Travelodge location by the look of it. In the shade is fine, or your phone will overheat. It will. Okay, we'll sit here then, SW. Thank you. And you are quite right, SW. Quite right. Hello and welcome to all 20 of you that are watching. Heb says, there was wine, yes. I am officially old now and I'm going to make the most of it when I can. Heb, you're not old. Nobody's old. SW says, thought so. I may have stayed there at some point. SW, I've actually stayed in there as well. It was great. I loved the view of the garage. For people watching, it's a great location. Janet says, hi SW, where are you Lisa? This is intriguing. Do you know, I thought everybody would know instantly where I was. I honestly did. I did tell Judith. Judith's on her holiday. I told her I was going live, but she might be busy, so I haven't heard back from her. If she joins, I'll let her tell you where I am. Jean's arrived. Jean says, hi everyone. Hi Jean, thanks for joining. SW says, I had a row with my other half, so decided to get away for a night many years ago and stayed here. Oh, SW. John's here. John says, I think I know where you are. Hi everyone. Jean says, you do get in some locations. Jean, I like to just switch it up a bit. You know, we've had the manure, haven't we? The manure heap. My stomach keeps rumbling, I do apologise. Where else have we been? We've had some weird locations. I was going to be opposite Jean, but there was a car with people in. And I thought, they're going to hear our conversation, and we don't want that. So I reversed into here. From over there, I might tell you. Almost as good as you're reversing in the boat, Jean. And I thought we'll sit under the shade. And I asked if people wanted to move and go over there. And SW said, no, stay in the shade under the tree so your phone doesn't overheat. So I thought, that's okay. That's what I'll do. Gosh, I've missed lots of messages. Maybe you're just chatting to each other. Janet says, hi John, where is Lisa? Tell us please. Haha, John, I don't think we'll tell you. I'll tell you at the end, Janet. Or if Judith arrives, she can tell you. Hev says, thank you Stephen, love the air show. Spitfire and Hurricane flying to the Battle of Britain, played by the National Symphony Orchestra. Amazing. Wow, that does sound lovely. SW says, sadly him and Dawes passed away 4 years ago. There is just me and the doggies now. Such fond memories of a lovely man, which kept my spirits up. Oh, SW. John says, you know me too well, Lisa, about not saying where I am. Stephen says, sorry to hear that, SW. Yes, I'm very sorry to hear that too. Janet says, are we waiting for something to happen? No, I've just literally parked up to speak to all my wonderful subscribers. That's the only reason I'm here. There's no boats. It just says in the title that I've just parked up to chat to you all. Oh, look, we're going to have company. We'll be quiet. Don't give our secret away. SW says he would have loved this live chat though. Oh. Dave says, is it Roy's car park in Houghton? Houghton? No, I'm not. Hebso sends hugs to SW. I think we all send hugs to SW, don't we? SW says, Janet, maybe we're going for a drive. Jean says, is it where you were with Judith the other night? No, I was in Yarmouth with Judith. We were at the very salubrious location on that occasion of Asda car park, eating our McDonald's. Stephen says, you never know in a car park, Janet, anything can happen. That's why I'm here. When I'm here, there's cameras watching me. I'm quite safe. Hi, Janice. Thank you for joining us. Janice says, hi, Lisa. Hope you're well. I am very well. Thank you, Janice. Now, I reckon Janice will know where I am. Don't give the location out, Janice, please. I'm teasing them all, but I think you might know where I am. But let's just keep them all in suspense. John says, hi, Mum. Janice is John's mum. Who we got now? Who's going to come and join us? Stephen says, I've got a hunch where you are, but I may be wrong. Go on then, Stephen, have a guess. If you guess correctly, I'll tell you. Janet said, I know, Stephen. That night with Jude, they had a flasher in the car park. Steve is here. Hi, Lisa, it's Debbie. Oh, Debbie's here. All right, let me read that again, Debbie, sorry. Debbie says, hi, Lisa, it's Debbie. Steve's getting ready for work. He said hi, and hi to all in the chat. Thank you both. David's here. He says, good afternoon, Lisa. Good afternoon, all. Dave says, that's what I love about Norfolk. There's always memories. I still remember my dad leaving my stepmum on the bank at Ranworth. The guy on the boat next to us said, I've been trying to do that for years. Fisherman UK, well done. You are absolutely correct. Heb says, have you sprung a leak, Lisa? Don't think so. Stephen says, and a crab in the bin. The crab wasn't in the bin, the crab was on the floor. So I picked up the remainder of the crab and took it over to the car to show Judith. I don't think she was best pleased. But the thing was, you see, her parents used to own a chip shop, and she used to dress the crabs, so it was just so funny. That's why I took it and showed her. You see, I have a weird sense of humour. Oh, the plumber's van. Oh, Hev. Oh, God, I was slow there, wasn't I? Sorry. That's very clever. I am sorry I missed that. Dave says, how is it pronounced? Ackle? Ackle? It's Ackle. And it's never Ackley. Stephen says, it looks like the roundabout near Ackle on the way to Great Yarmouth, but probably wrong. Stephen, you're absolutely correct. Well done. Well done indeed. The BP garage is opposite, and the hotel is to the left. What is it? It's not a Premier Inn, it's a travel lodge. A travel lodge. Thank you for the 11 likes on this live stream. And hello to all 18 of you in this live stream. Dave says, is that near the train station? I'm quite a distance from the train station, but the track is close and you might hear a train go past. But the station is probably a mile from here. Stephen says, I've stayed in there, it's quite nice. I've stayed in there as well, Stephen, actually. Janet says, are you going to book us into the travel lodge? Well, judging by all the cars in the car park, I doubt they've many spare rooms, to be honest. Heb says, do they do ice cream? In the travel lodge, no, but in Marks and Spencer's at the BP garage, probably yes. Dave says, I once walked from the moorings to the train station to get the train to Norwich. I didn't realise how far it was. It's a long way, isn't it? Yes. The river's not really very close to Acle at all. Jean says, did someone say ice cream? Janet says, you know us, Lisa, we all squish up in small spaces. Janice says, I lived there for the first 21 years of my life. Hev says, who's for some ice cream? I'll just pop over the road. That sounds a good idea, Hev. I don't mind any flavour. Oh, Jean. Jean says, in the car park, Janice. You made me cough, Jean. SW says, Hev is thinking ice cream washed down with wine. Dave says it's not too bad walking into Acle if you're going for a pint or two. Not sure if there's any pubs in Acle town centre now. There is one that I know of. And of course there's Acle Bridge. Jean would like ice cream, Hev. So would Stephen. Sally Ann's just arrived. Hi Sally Ann. She says, belated happy birthday to Hev. We're running out of spaces for these vehicles to park in, you know. There's going to be somebody parked next to us soon, and they're going to wonder what on earth I'm chatting about and who to. You see, it's not about the location, it's all about the signal. And I already knew that if I was here, there would be an excellent signal. So that's why I'm here. Sally Ann asks, why are we here? Well, I need a decent signal to live stream, and when you consider all the other places I've stopped at, as you know, the manure heap, Astor's car park, didn't we just stop in a field somewhere? Oh yes, Javis, the King's Head is the pub in Acle. It's just been renovated. Thank you for that. Yes, so it's all about the signal, Sally Ann, not the location today. Janet says, at least there's activity here. Exactly, you've got lots to watch. I was going to watch, oh no, I was going to park opposite so you could see the petrol pumps. And there was somebody in a vehicle next to the space I was going to go into. And I thought, no, it's not a good idea. I need somewhere on my own. So I'm under the tree in the shade. John says, now you just need to move the river closer to the car park. I do. If only. Here we go. We've got a car coming in next to us, directly next to us. Dave says, the chances of a live stream and horning are very slim. Absolutely. Zero chance of that there. Because to live stream, you need more power from the signal than just ordinary, you know, 3-4 bars. It's better to be in somewhere like Great Yarmouth or Norwich where you get 5G. Sally Ann says, must admit the signal is good. Yes. It's always good here in this car park. I missed that. Jean calling John, Jenny. The car parking next to you will think you're on a conference call. Oh yes, says W. Good point. Yes, that's what I'm doing. Thank you. Oh, it's just come up, available Wi-Fi network for the BP garage. Thanks, but I've got my own. Dave says 5G in Norfolk. We haven't got that where I live, near Sheffield. Have you not? Yes. It's in Norwich, Great Yarmouth, possibly Galston. Wroxham will be a good signal too. Debbie says, got to go now. I will watch the rest later. Bye. Thank you for joining, Debbie. Say hi to Steve for me. It must be hot here, you know, although I'm under the tree, because my screen has darkened. Although when I touch my phone, it isn't over hot. The trials and tribulations of live streaming. Janet says, are we waiting for Mr. Lisa to bring you a gallon of fuel because we've run out? No, nothing like that. Dave says, Ludham and Ludham Bridge are usually pretty good. You can get a signal at the top of Soundhouse Broad. It's good at Ludham and Ludham Bridge for ordinary signal, yes, but not live streaming. I seem to need extra signal for live streaming. That's the problem. Jean says, signal on the Broads is much better than it used to be. Let's hope eventually everywhere has 5G. Sorry, I was just people watching then. SW says, now they have telephones on the Broads, things are so much better. I don't know that there is now. I think they got rid of them all. Carrier pigeons, I think. Janet says, haha, SW, didn't smoke signals work as good? Not on a windy day, Janet. SW says, but the pigeons can get shot, Lisa. Oh. Dave says, I once did a live stream from Ranworth to Thorndyke. Quality got better near St Bennett's. John says, I have to go back to work or continue to watch, but just won't be able to chat too much. That's okay, John. Thank you for joining us. Enjoy the rest of your day at work. Heb says, I can remember the old red phone boxes in boatyards with a blackboard with chalked messages on for some of the passing boaters. Oh wow, Hev, that was good. Jean says, got to go, folks. Have a good day. And you, Jean, thanks for joining. On my way to drive here, well, actually, let me start by saying something else. YouTube want creators to put out the shorts at the minute, which is what I've been doing. So I'm sorry if you're annoyed by the shorts, because I know some people don't like them. That's the, you know, the 1 minute and under little videos. But YouTube is having a push on them, so everybody's making them. And when I was driving here to this location, I'm thinking it's okay doing a live stream at Acle, but I'm not going to have any shorts material. Anyway, I just put my camera on, my phone on video as I came through Acle. Hello, Mr. Phil. Thanks for joining us. These boats look odd. Yeah, but these are more like houseboats. They're static. SW says, I did notice a lot of shorts generated over the weekend. I thought it was because you did not do another live stream. Yeah, if I've got a video going out, which is Wednesday, Friday and Sunday, then I won't do a live, because the live seems to affect the algorithms when I then put out the video. So I just put out the video, but obviously I can put out all the shorts as well. And if you look at the views on the shorts, I get far more views on the shorts than I do the main videos or the lives. but it will ease off soon. It's just because YouTube is promoting them at the moment. Anyway, I'm driving through Acle to come here, and hopefully I've got the most amazing short to put out later on. It's nothing to do with boats. I hope it doesn't affect the algorithms by not being boats, but I guarantee it's totally unique. So we will see later. So anyway, that explains all the shorts. But you can go on to any channel and everybody's doing them. Dave says to Mr. Phil, they're land boats. Janet says there's more activity here, Mr. Phil. SW says, cannot wait to see what it is. Honestly, it is just, well, I hope you like it anyway. I don't know what time I'll put that out, because obviously when I get home I'll be then preparing tea, but it will go out today at some point. Do you know it's almost, well, it takes as long to do a short as it does to do a longer video. The shorts are more time consuming than you would think. And because, of course, I don't usually put them out, it's still a learning curve for me to see what does and doesn't work. Goodness, Lisa, shut up, because there's lots of messages you've missed. Oh, here we go. Hev says, I love the sunset over the chain ferry. Thank you, Hev. That was lovely that evening. Steve says, look forward to seeing it. I know I don't tell you what I do in advance, but I hope you will like it. Dave says, in 1996, we were on Broadland Tango, and as we came through Yarmouth, my mate noticed there was a board with Broadland Tango on it. Luckily, it was a different number. Oh, goodness. That would have been worrying. Mr. Phil says it's Google, YouTube trying to cash in on TikTok's fashion, shorts to cope with people's limited attention span. Mr. Phil, you've got it in one. Dave says, I prefer longer videos. I personally do, Dave, but the shorts get more views than the longer videos. So, you know, I do lives, I do the longer videos, I'm now doing the shorts. You just have to adapt to what is needed. Whatever the current trend is, you have to go with it as a content creator. Sally agrees with Dave. She prefers the longer videos. Dave says, I must have a good attention span. SW says, people are usually unaware of how time consuming it is to put out a video, choosing music, etc. Absolutely, SW. You're absolutely spot on. People have no idea what else there is to do for a video other than just being out all day filming. You know, what I put out, say it's a 10-minute video, I might have sat at Acle Bridge for 5-6 hours waiting for things to happen. You know, these things don't all happen one after the other like they appear in the video. It's what happens over the time I'm there that particular day. Then it all needs editing. There's lots of things you put in the video that's hidden, so that when you put, or people put in a search, I don't know, say crashes on the Norfolk Broads in 2022 as an example, I need to have a look at what my content is in the video, and I've got to try and put in all the correct hashtags. And you know, you can put up to 30 of those in. Then there's the write-up that goes with the video. When you click on the title, it takes you to the write-up. You know, it's, and then once your video goes live, I always do mine at 6 o'clock because that's when the algorithms tell me to put it out, at 6 o'clock. And then you have to share your video to different places where your subscribers are. You know, it's not just sitting and filming the video. And there's the editing of the video. Try and take out the jumpy bits. Try and take out the long section where nothing's happening. Mr. Phil says, I'm with Oscar Wilde, who reckoned that fashion was so bad it has to change every 3 months. See, things on the internet change very quickly. Janet says, this is why we appreciate what you do for us, Lisa. Thank you so much, Janet. That's so kind of you to say. SW says, now I know what all those hashtags mean. I always wondered. Thank you for explaining it. Yes, when I first put out the Read'em short, very pretty sky, I thought nice footage, photographs, but I'd uploaded it and I hadn't done any of the hashtags, I hadn't done the write-up, I'd missed out loads, and of course it wasn't seen, it didn't get picked up by the algorithms because it had nothing in it to be picked up. It's so complicated, it really takes a long time to learn. But the hashtag that you're on about, SW, you only see 3. There's another 30 you don't see that are hidden to be picked up. Mr. Phil says, gosh, YouTube is terribly bossy. Heb says, I prefer your commentary, Lisa, or some lovely relaxing music while I'm watching the boats. Thank you, Heb. Do you know, the music is the most controversial thing with my videos. If I use the same style of relaxing, peaceful music in all my videos, you can see in the comments, people complain, oh, fed up hearing this music, change it, put something else on. So in the last video, I did that. I changed it. to something totally different to what I ever use. Complaints. They don't like the music. You know, I cannot win. No matter what I do, it's always wrong. But somehow you just have to ignore that and say to yourself, it's my channel, I can put out what I like. But you, to a certain point, that's true, but you have to do what your subscribers like. It's not necessarily what I like. So sometimes I don't add music, I just chat away. And then even that'll be wrong. You'll see people are saying, what happened to the music? There's no music in this video. Dave says, as a solo hirer, I found it a pain attaching the camera. Wait a minute, sorry, let me just put my glasses on. I'm as blind as a bat, I tell you. Sorry, Dave. Dave says, as a solo hirer, I found it a pain attaching the camera to something on the boat, making sure plenty of power, making sure the camera is level and got a good view, and remembering to press start. Exactly. There's so much to remember, so much to do. And until somebody actually makes videos themselves, they haven't got any idea what's involved. Still now today, I point my camera at something, I think, oh, I must get this. I point the camera and I haven't pressed record. Still now, after all this time, I do that. Dave says, as well as trying to drive the boat as well. Yes. Carol's here. Carol says hello from Essex. Thank you for joining us, Carol. Stephen says, you can't please everyone. No, you can't, Stephen, that's right. But my lovely loyal subscribers, they never complain about anything. SW says, boats on water should come with relaxing music, in my opinion. I absolutely agree. The other problem I have is I can only use the copyright-free music that YouTube supply me with. Now, there may be a fantastic piece of music that's 5 minutes long, copyright-free, but my video is 12 minutes long. And in the beginning, when it switched over to this system, I used to try and upload the same piece of music in 2 places to make it longer. You can't do that, it doesn't work like that. So I can use a piece of music that's longer, but I've only got about, I don't know, 20 maybe pieces for all the different lengths of videos that I can use for calm, relaxing music. And sometimes they just don't, even though they're calm and relaxing, they just don't go. So I've got to the point now, I just, you know, if it's 15 minutes long, I've just got to look at all the 15-minute long pieces of music, which isn't many at all. And if you use music which is not copyright free, you stand the risk of having your channel terminated. It's very strict rules with music. Dave says, you can please some of the people some of the time, but you can't please all the people all the time. Thank you, Dave. You're absolutely right. Mike says, your channel, your rules. Thank you, Mike. Hez says, hello Carol from Essex. We used to live there and it was a very quick journey up to the Norfolk Broads. Oh, I missed them. Janet says, is that Laurel and Hardy leaning against that post? Because I was chatting about YouTube, I missed what was going on around me. Sorry. Janet says, oh, blimey, they walked past as soon as I commented. Bob says, morning. Hi, Bob. Thanks for joining us. I think it's afternoon now. So he says, so long as you don't start playing rap music here. No. It's so difficult, though, to find the music. You know, really, I would be better just chatting through it. And then I think, oh, just wait for the comments about people saying, where is the music? Willissy is here. Willissy says, hello, Lisa. Why are you in a random car park? Who's going to tell Willissy? No, I'll tell you, Willissy, it's so I get a good signal. That's the reason. You know, it's very frustrating when I'm somewhere and the signal keeps dropping out. To live stream, I need lots of strength in the signal. And so that's why we're here in Acle. Mr. Phil says, I've managed to work out where it is now. The BP station at Acle. You are correct, Mr. Phil. Willissy says, smart idea, Lisa. Thank you, Willissy. I just had a note saying my battery's getting low, so let's just do that. SW says, you have the most loveliest voice to listen to, Lisa. Oh, thank you, SW. But SW, you've met me in person. Do you think my voice is different in real life than on here? That's what most people say to me. They say I've got a different voice when it goes through, you know, the microphone than in real life. I don't know. Mr. Phil says, I was at St. Olives on Saturday watching the Round the Island yacht race. Oh, only 5 boats this year and no bridge mast dramas. Excellent. Sally Ann says, is that the petrol station with the M&S? It most certainly is. If I zoom in, you might, on the right hand side, oh, it's going to, no, I can't because it zooms in and takes off the side, but just where that person is, above where his head was, it says M&S. SW says, you are clear. You are the same in person, I think. Okay, thank you, SW. Mr. Phil says, it's Alton week this week. Lots of yachts racing there. Janet says, you don't sound so too sure, SW. SW says, bad memory, Janet. Sally Ann says, been there many times. SW says, I used to deal with people on the phone a lot when I worked, and I would recognise their voices if they came into the place of work. That's good customer service, isn't it, SW? Do you miss work, SW? SW says, met and spoke with some lovely people. Willis says, I will be going to the Engine Museum in Fawncett in September. Have you heard of it, Lisa? No, I haven't, sorry. You can tell us more about it if you'd like to. SW says, no, I do not miss the job, work, but I miss the people I worked with. I did catch up with a couple at the Sheringham Beer Festival in June. Willis says, it's not too far from Long Stratton. It has a lot of rescued factory engines from Victorian times. Willis says, haha, I feel the same way about my past jobs, SW. SW says, my work colleagues were more like family. I was very lucky. SW says, the boss was the best ever too. You're very lucky to have had that, SW. Not everybody can say that. Willis says, sorry, Lisa, or Lisa, sorry for not staying that long on your Yarmouth video. Oh, what, the illuminations down the seafront? As I always say, Willisy, you know, I understand fully. People have other lives than just being in my life. And I never expect anybody to, yeah, that one. Never expect anybody to be here all the time or every time I go live. But everybody's very sweet and says, I'm sorry I wasn't there. I'm sorry I missed you. But please don't ever worry. I honestly haven't got a little book and I write all your names in. Willisy didn't turn up. Cross against his name. Hev did turn up. Let's do a great big tick against hers. Janet turned up. I don't have a book, honestly. But it's so sweet that people do message me and say, I'm so sorry I missed you. Janet says, Willisy, that was a good night with Lisa and Jude. Mr. Phil says, and now for the weather. Next 2 days, 27 to 28 and cloudy. Winds light from southwest. Willisy says, HaHa like school. Yes. Yeah, the register. Willisy? Yes, miss. Mr. Phil? Here. SW says, it's great that we can all dip in and dip out as and when on here. Absolutely, SW. That's all I want, you know, from anybody. I always say this is for my subscribers, these lives, because you all chat to each other and, you know, you get to know each other over time. Mr. Phil says, present. Willisy says, I agree, SW. Perhaps I should do a register. That would be funny, wouldn't it? We could do that. Oh, the thing is, though, I have to be careful because some people might not always get my sense of humour if they haven't been in my life that often. And I would hate to offend anybody. But, oh, that would be so funny, wouldn't it? Willis says, I'm far too overdue a visit to the Broads again. I think I will go on a Thursday, even if it's just to Wroxham. Stephen says, still here, but got to go soon. Stephen's worried about going and... Oh. Yes, you were going to work, Stephen. How come you're still here? Still here. Don't be late to work. Janet says, oh no, please stay, Stephen. He's off to work, Janet. Willis says, yes, ma'am. SW says, well, I'm now going as it happens. It has clouded over and I'm going to take the hounds for their midday walk. Bye, lovely people on here, wherever you are. SW says, permission to leave, miss. Permission granted, SW. Steve says, don't start until 3. Bye, SW. Thank you for joining. Can I just say to you all, I've met SW and she's absolutely lovely. She really is. SW says, I heard that, Lisa. I thought you'd gone, SW. Well, it's true. Judith is here. Judith says, hello all. Joining you from sunny Skeg, Vegas. SW says, going now. Have a good afternoon, SW. Janet says, hi, Jude. Janet, should it be, hey, Jude, rather than, hi, Jude? Our secretary, Janet, is great with the time checks, Stephen. She really is. Willis says, hey Jude, don't make it bad. SW just left, Judith, sadly. How is sunny Skegness? Is it sunny? Yeah. Mr. Phil, should be okay, I think. Judith says, we're having a lovely time, thank you, and taking a break from watching bowls. The weather is gorgeous. It's clouded over here, but it's very hot. Everybody was asking earlier, Judith, where I was. And I said I wasn't going to tell them until you arrived and that you could tell them where I was. And then I thought, oh, well, perhaps you're not turning up, you're watching bowls or whatever. So I said, how about, you know, people guess? And somebody got it right. Chris says, nice to hear all the chat as I'm in my workshop by myself. Don't comment much, as always busy. Thank you for joining us, Chris. I'm glad you're enjoying all the messages. That was a bit close. Mr. Phil says, is it still bracing in Skegness? Janet says, we're taking a break from the boats, Jude. And you're all welcoming Chris, saying hello to him. I think he's here most of the time, but as he says, busy. But isn't that nice that he joins and listens to the conversation? Judah says, looks like Acle BP garage. Travelodge and Starbucks to me. I think you might be right. Judah says it's not bracing at the moment. Bob by the water says, Miss, can I be excused? Of course you may, sir. Stephen says he's taken my parking space. Judith, I was driving through Acle to come here, and I'd switched it on because I thought, oh, I'll just switch the camera on driving through. You never know what you might see. Now, I haven't said what, and you know I'm doing these shorts at the minute. I found or saw what I feel, in my opinion, is a brilliant short. So, and I have the footage, so that'll be out sometime later today. So pleased with myself that, you know, when you just see some, it'll probably flop, probably hardly anybody will watch it, but that doesn't matter, because to me it's totally unique, and I guarantee nobody else has got that today. Oh, am I buffering, Willisy? Heb says, Starbucks. You didn't mention that, Lisa. Coffee after the ice cream. If we can still afford it, that is. Judith says, Mr. Jude just made a coffee. Can I just say, Judith makes the best coffee. Judith will be back on Saturday. Melissa says, no, it's all good. Judith says, oh, can't wait to see that. I hope I've not hyped it up too much, but I guarantee it's the fact no one else has got it. That's the thing I like. But I've got to get the right hashtags to get it found. That's the thing. So it's not going to be easy. Janet and Judith, you are so funny. Judith, did Mr. Jude enjoy his time at Yarmouth Stadium? Judith says, he had a fabulous time and I did put a little recording up on Insta. Did you? Yeah, I don't think I've looked at Insta actually. I've been too busy doing shorts. I'll have to have a look. Judith says she'll let me off. Heb says, have to go and do some work now. Show willing, and for some reason I really fancy a coffee. Bye all. Bye Heb. Thank you for joining us. Enjoy your coffee. Can't believe I've been live 76 minutes. Thank you to you all for the 24 likes on this live stream. Gosh, they're very bright, aren't they, over there, the workmen? I don't think you can see them, can you? Where are they? So they are... No, as I zoom in... Wait a minute. Look at... No, you can't see how... Gone out of shot now. That's the trouble. When you move it, you're then not able to get it back to how it should be. Janet says, and there's only 18 watching. Yes, there is. But that's okay. I probably won't be on here too much longer. As I have other things to do. Can you believe that? What could be more important than being live on YouTube? Janet says, as soon as you say that, Lisa, something happens. I know. As soon as I say how many are watching, the numbers drop down. Sally Ann says, only 17 now. But it says 16 for me, actually. Must go and get things done by all. It just proves that the algorithms know everything. Well, there's nothing to watch in front. All the people watching is over now. So this might be a good idea, a good time for me to go and end this live. I'll possibly be back tomorrow, hopefully. I do need to do some filming. So if it's okay with all of you, I shall end this now. So thank you all for being as funny as you always are. Mike says, we'll try to catch you again now I found this channel. That's very kind. Thank you, Mike. If you subscribe to my channel and then click the bell and then click on all notifications, you'll be notified every time I go live or I upload a new video. That's entirely up to you. Stephen says, sorry miss, got to go now. Bye Lisa, bye Stephen. Janet says, no, it's not okay, Lisa. Stephen says, bye all in the chat. Mr. Phil says, oops, just realised I should have been somewhere else at 2. Mr. Phil, I'm so sorry. Chris is waving bye-bye. Bye, Chris. Judah says, oh dear, Mr. Phil. Oops, Mr. Phil, says Stephen. See, we get on here. It's 81 minutes I've been live. It doesn't seem like it at all. It seems like about 20 minutes. Right, I'm going, okay? Otherwise, none of us will get anything done. Mr. Phil says, please don't apologise. It's far more interesting here. Thank you for that. Judith says, bye everyone, was lovely to join you. Bye Judith. Thanks for joining us. Enjoy the bowls. I hope Norfolk get lots of wins in. Janet says, bye everyone. Thought this stream would have been longer. Oh, sorry, Janet. Judith says, bye, Lisa. Take care of yourselves. Enjoy the rest of your day. And I'm back again soon.